What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon trading card game card opening series. Alrighty, so here's my little goodie bag, I suppose you can call it. This is everything that I have to open up in regards to all the recent stuff in regards to the Pokemon trading card game. We have the Furious Fist theme box right here. We've got the Pangoro, I think that's like the Dark Hammer. Then we've got the Sylveon theme deck as well, which is the Enchanted Echo theme deck. That'll probably be what I'll be opening up in this episode. We also have 3 booster boxes for the Furious Fist. Inside is 3 booster packs each, so we got 3 of them, so well over 100 booster packs to open. We also have the X and Y Furious Fist Elite Trainer box as well. I'll start moving things out the way so you can actually see them. But yeah, we've got a Furious Fist Elite Trainer box, very similar to the Xerneas and Evantal one that we got in the first X and Y expansion. We've also got that. There's a lot of booster packs in that one to open as well. I've already said we've got them to do. We've also got some hard, I suppose you call them like hard tin Elite Trainer deck shield boxes to open up as well. These are pretty cool because you can't, well, I couldn't get them in Australia, so of course I had to buy them online. They're only about 10 bucks online. Pretty cheap for what they are. I think in Australia you'd be probably looking at 30 bucks if they were on the shelf, but that was still in my opinion. But these are awesome, so well worth the buy. And the last 2 things we've got here are the 2 boxes that have come out so far. It's the Crocodile box and the Pyroar box. That was for Flash Fire. I think this is going into the Furious Fist collection. So yeah, that's everything I've got to cover within the next load of episodes in regards to the Pokemon trading card game. So we have a whole bunch to do and a lot of cards to open. Alright, so I was going to do the boxes first, but I thought I might do the theme boxes first for Furious Fist because I'm a little bit behind for Furious Fist. So, as I said, the 2 theme decks for Furious Fist is Dark Hammer, which is the main feature is Pangoro, which is freaking awesome because Pangoro is an awesome Pokemon, and Sylveon, which was kind of expected since Sylveon was featured in the trainer kit, and it also had its own little box in before X and Y came out, and that was the Enchanted Echo. Right, so let's whip these babies open. So Pangoro is of course Dark Fighting, and Sylveon I would guess is Fairy Grass. No, oh yes it is Fairy Grass. What an awesome guess that was. I didn't even look at it until just then. Alright, so I have to get them out of it too. Oh. Alright. So there's a better look at them without the packaging and without them being back to back. Alright, so here they are. So of course 60 cards in each. There'll be a 2-player trainer mat in both of these, as well as I suppose there'll be a checklist in both of them. I'm just going to double check. So what have we got? Yep, metallic coin as well. We've got a card checklist. We've got a code to be able to play these decks online in the trainer challenge. 1 deck box for both, and damage counters for each of them as well. So sweet. I would assume that the Sylveon theme deck would be very similar to the trainer kit that I actually picked up for Sylveon and Noivern. No doubt having Noivern in there as well. Just having a quick look. It's got Noibat, but it doesn't have Noivern. Okay, so close, but no cigar. And Pangoro being Dark Fighting. So awesome, more dark cards for me. So I'm going to focus on Sylveon in this episode, only because I want to leave my favourite to last. That's how my rules go. Alright, so let's whip it open. Alright. Okay, so there we go. And of course rubbish can go on the floor. Alright, so here it is what it looks like from the inside. Lots of plastic. And Sylveon actually looks pretty cool in this card design. I will admit that's the first time I've actually seen a decent looking one. Okay, so the coin is a Mega Lucario metallic coin, so that's really cool. Mega Lucario, of course, is the main feature for Furious Fist, so that would not surprise me. Maybe the other one would be like a Mega Heracross or something. Couldn't even be Mega Lucario again, but a different coloured coin. Put that down there. So we've got the Sylveon code there. And of course we got the correct holo Sylveon card. It's a fairy, of course, 90 health. It's got moves, Curly Ribbon, which does 30 damage, allows you to move an energy card attached to one of your opponent's active Pokemon to one of his or her bench Pokemon. That can be very handy. And Echoed Voice, which does 50 damage, and during the next turn it does 100 damage, adding an extra 50 on. So that requires one fairy energy card and 2 energy cards of any type. Sweet. Alright, so of course we got our checklist. Now I wonder if there's anything changed in Furious Fist. Alright, so of course Mega Evolution is still there, and it's just going through Special Rules Mega Evolution again. Looks like there's nothing particularly new, like no rule changes, which is awesome, and nothing that we really need to know. Alright, so Furious Fist has 111 cards. I'm unsure about the secret rares for this one, so we'll have to go from there. I'm assuming that would probably get a Mega Lucario as a secret rare, like if they're going to follow the same rules as Flashfire, which I hope they don't, because that was a bit of a letdown for the secret rares. Alright, so we've got damage counters. I've got plenty of them now after last night's opening. And of course we've got our playmat, which will have Sylveon and Pangoro on it, most likely. Right, and to finish this lovely thing off, we have a deck box, which of course contains all our cards in it. So it's a bit of a shame these things aren't all that durable. They break kind of easily, which is a shame because they're quite cool. So I guess that's why they're building the HUDs of the trainer shields now. Kind of saves you going out and paying quite a lot of money for proper deck boxes. And what's the deal with this? Again, I had another one where some of the cards were not all the right way. Fail! I don't know if that's supposed to be on purpose or if that is intentional or coincidental. Anyways, we got a Fairy Energy card, more Fairy Energy cards. Oops, they're upside down. Anyways, we got Eevee, and this one has an ability. Energy Evolution. When you attach a basic energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same type as that energy card and put that onto this Pokemon. This counts as evolving this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards, and it's got Gnaw, which does 10 damage, and that's actually a really good ability. So if you're having a Fairy deck, for example, although it probably would be if you're running this one, with Sylveon, I don't think there's any other Eevees in this one. Put it down a Fairy Energy card onto this, and you can use its ability and evolve it into Sylveon that turn, as long as it's not the first turn that you play Eevee down, which probably wouldn't unless it was the first turn, which would kind of suck. Overall, I'd probably rate that as a really good Eevee, and that's probably one of the best Eevees I've seen for a long time. Would no doubt be quite handy later on down in the expansions. Right, so Energy Switch, Fairy Energy, Slack Off, haven't seen you for a while. Grass Energy, we have Tornadus. The last time I saw Tornadus was in a Team Plasma expansion. So he would be most likely a good basic Poke to be running in any deck, in my opinion. You may have Push Down as base, does 20 damage, requires double colorless, or 2 energy cards of any type. You may have your opponent switch his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her bench Pokemon, which is extremely strong. Especially if you want to try and muddle up their bench. And we got Twist to Throw, which base 60 damage, requires 3 energy cards of any type. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 60 more damage, dealing a massive 120 damage. So you could throw in a card that requires both opponents, both people to draw X amount of cards, then that would be really strong with that. We've got Clefairy, we have Vigoroth. Vigoroth has Scratch and Reckless Charge. It does 70 and does 20 to itself with Flipper Tails. That's actually pretty good if you've got good luck on your side. Grass Energy. Victory Bell, this has an ability too. Wafting Scent. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a Grass Energy card attached to this Pokemon. If you do, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. Ooh, that's pretty deadly. And Spiral Drain, which does 60 damage and heals 30 from this Pokemon. That's actually really strong. I may try and make a deck around that. It'd be very interesting. Bellsprout, we have Noibat, Grass Energy, we have Shelmet, Roller Skate, always handy to have. Another Eevee, we have Potion, Fairy Energy. Oh, what's this? Maintenance, shuffle 2 cards from your hand into your deck. If you can't shuffle 2 cards into your deck, you can't play this card and draw a card. Oh, that's very nice. So if you've got 2 cards in your hands that you don't need, you can always use that to draw a new card and hope it's a card that you need. Good way of kind of like getting some momentum in your deck, and plus you can shuffle your deck as well if you know what's coming up. I can see that being quite handy along the lines of gimmicky as well, but it does have its handy moments. Grass Energy, Professor's Letter, Shroomish, Weeping Bell, Selga. Now these are usually pretty decent. Raid, if this Pokemon evolved from Shelmet during this turn, this does 40 more damage, doing 60 in total, which is really handy. And after Image Strike, 40 damage. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks during your opponent's next turn, flip a coin if heads prevent that damage. Nice. I like that one. That's a good stally one. Who's this one? Battle Reporter, I think. Yep. Draw cards until you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent. Holy sugar! Where was I reading that? Ah, Tornadus. That would be for Twister Throw. Decimating combo right there. That would hurt. 160 damage after using that card. Aha. I wonder how many people are using that right now. That is quite strong. Such a good combo, especially when you just used double colorless and whatever type you're running in your deck. That'd be hell strong. Grass Energy, we've got Clefable. Of course, it's got Moonblast. Oh wow! Defending Pokemon's attacks are reduced by 30. I think I read that right, but that would be quite strong in the Fairy deck. Leafeon, so this would be another chance of an Eevee evolution. Soothing Scent, 30 damage, puts your opponent's active Pokemon to sleep. And Magical Leaf, if heads, does 80 damage, otherwise it's 50. And it's got a nice payment there as well, 1 Grass Energy and 2 energy cards of any type. So I can see a lot of Eevee decks probably being run at the moment. Another Eevee, we have Energy Switch, Grass Energy, Slack Off, Bellsprout. We have another Sylveon card, that's a normal card, so throughout the booster packs I would be getting the normal holo edition of this, otherwise cracked holo is the only way of getting it, is through a theme deck. Sweet. Fairy Energy, Weeping Bell, Roller Skate, Grass Energy, Clefairy, Vigoroth, Eevee Evolution, Shelmet, probably all going doubles here, Grass Energy, Noibat, Excelga, Professor's Letter, Fairy Energy, Clefable, Maintenance, Grass Energy, Shroomish, Potion, Grass Energy, Battle Reporter, Bellsprout, and that's it. Sweet. There was actually some really good cards in that theme deck a little bit, especially that Tornadus and that Battle Reporter card. I can definitely see that being a bit of a major threat. As soon as you see a Tornadus, especially that Tornadus, there's a good chance that they're running Battle Reporter in their deck as well. And that could actually be a big advantage as well, especially if an opponent has a deck that revolves around getting a lot of cards in their hand. I know a lot of people do that. Like with, I guess, Tiramo, Roller Skate would be another one. So combining that with Battle Reporter could even give you an advantage, giving you a big hand. Same as the opponent, like even 8 cards would be a massive advantage. If you're down to 1, could be a way of decking you out quite quickly. And I mean, it does have that disadvantage, but as well as powering up Tornadus, that is quite strong. So at the moment, I'm quite impressed with Furious Fist, and I'm pretty surprised there wasn't a Breloom in that one, but I suppose Breloom's going to pop up in the actual booster packs. Maintenance is probably going to be another interesting trainer card coming out. Besides from that, Maintenance and Battle Reporter are only 2 new ones that I've seen so far, so maybe the Crushing Hammer deck will bring out some interesting cards. Also, that Eevee card was quite good as well, with the chance of evolving depending on what energy card you put onto it. So Fairy card will go into Sylveon, Grass into Leafeon, Electric into Jolteon, etc, etc. So I wonder how many Eevee cards are going to be in this entire expansion. I'm just kind of dragging out a few notable cards. Clefairy could even be an interesting one as well in a Sylveon deck, especially with Curly Ribbon. Curly Ribbon on Sylveon's going to be quite interesting as well. Sylveon's going to be quite a strong card, especially the fact it deals 100 damage on the second turn of using Echoed Voice. That'll take out a lot of basic Pokemon, may even take out a lot of the solo basic Pokemon as well, like Tornadus and all that, who have 110 health. I'm trying to think who else would be like a major threat. Like a Fable, however, is pretty good for lowering Pokemon's attacks. Maybe get a heal off at the same time, since Moonblast does reduce the active Pokemon's attack by 30. Heck, even Clefairy is a good basic Pokemon. Moonlight, I didn't even see that. It can probably just stick around for quite some time. Moonlight does heal half its health with 30, and Pound does 20. Even just sticking around for the first poke, just try and get some, like a Clefable into your hand or something. That'd be quite handy. Besides from that, I don't think there was any other... Oh, Leafeon was the other one I was thinking of that's quite decent from this deck. Besides from that, I actually can't see any other notable pokes. Shroomish probably, with that easy one energy card needed. I just saw one. Where'd it go? Oh, I lost it. Oh, there we go. I could see Excelga pretty decent for a grass deck, since after Image Strike does have a chance of negating damage. Could even mean out a bit of a stall. Oh, I just thought of one then. Where's that Victory Bell? That Victory Bell. That's the only other poke. And I can't find it. Where is it? There it is, Victory Bell. That ability, Wafting Scent. That's pretty deadly. Discarding at least one grass energy allows you to put the opponent's active Pokemon to sleep and poisons them. So that'd be quite handy. You could even use a switch card, bring that out, bring that into a Salga, then go for the After Image Strike, have a chance of negating damage, and stall out the confusion and the poison for quite some time. And you can even go back and, if it's still legal, not too sure, Burbank City Gym would definitely kick in there for the increasing poison damage from 10 to 30. I think it's 10 to 30. But yeah, that'd be a really deadly combo. And the fact that confusion can even slow them down even more is a good way of stalling them. I don't know if that ability has to be played when they're active. I don't think it does. I think they've changed it now. I can play it on the bench. If that's the case, then that'd be quite strong even from the bench. I'll double check that one when I do use it. But anyways, that's it for this episode. I think I've worked on quite some time. I didn't actually realise I'd bit of a rant at the end there. But yeah, next episode we'll be looking at the other theme deck for Furious Fist, which is the Dark Hammer theme deck, which is Pangoro's deck. So that will be a Dark and Fighting deck, so it'll be very interesting to see what cards we'll get there, especially Dark types. I'm quite interested to see what are making their way into this expansion. So as always, thank you for taking your time out of your day to check out this video. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous Pokemon trading card game card openings, and if you like what you see, make sure to keep subscribed and check out future related Pokemon trading card game openings. So having said that, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!